This is Micah from Team Ironcore, ready to profile my Geargia Karakuris for the January 1st ban list.
Profiling Georgia's.
Cool, so we're going to start out with the monsters, just kind of staple monsters, triple Geargia armor. And then for my Geargia gear plays, I run triple Geargiano MK2, and one Geargiano gets your tuners back out of the graveyard for tribute in itself. It's amazing for Geargia Arsenal to grab that and make more tuner plays. I run triple Geargia Arsenals. When Geargia Augur comes out, I will run probably double Geargia Arsenal and one Geargia Augur. I know a lot of people are trying to spam Geargia Augurs, but in my opinion it's not the best card because it doesn't allow you to get as many OTKs as possible. I currently run triple Geargia Accelerators. I would not change this at all, honestly. I know a lot of people like running 2, but it never made any sense to me. Just the amount that you can OTK, and when you draw into it as opposed to searching it, it's even better. And obviously, overlaying 2, if you have them in your hand, is a great play, and then the Birdman play. Moving on to Karakuri monsters, I run triple Watchdog. A lot of people think this is overkill, but for me, being able to get that extra synchro monster if I happen to draw into it is just amazing. And then one Nispachi, obviously. Being able to normal summon this card, change battle positions, or flip your Geargia armor to go off more. It's just kind of the combos, basic combos of the deck. One Birdman. If it wasn't limited, I would run more, obviously. It's so good. Currently, I am running 110 Goldfish. I love this card to death. It has a 2k booty in case you have to set it, but it also allows you to special summon Arsenal, or to be able to make special summon the Watchdog, now that I run 3, to synchro first turn with it. And it is also a water, so I love it for a Abyss Dweller, because the Abyss Dweller gains 500 attack, and it's so much fun, because then they can't get over it. And then one Redox, just gives you plays, and then be able to make Big Eye and Draco stack a lot easier. Now moving on to spells, just kind of staples. I am running one Book of Moon and double MST right now, and then double Duality. Triple Duality is just too much. I love Duality, double Duality in almost all of my decks if you've seen my deck profiles. And then one Iron Call. One Iron Call just allows you to get tuners out of the graveyard, which is really, really amazing, and it just allows you to extra OTK if you really need it. I run double Geargia gear. I've seen a lot of people, or a lot of deck profiles, and a lot of people try to run 3, and I know that when you run the Degusto Emerald, you can return their Geargianos back to your deck, but most of the time I don't want to do that, and by the time I actually get my 3rd Geargia gear, it's either super dead or I've already won. So it doesn't usually matter to run the 3rd one. I run double Trap Stun. Obviously this deck OTK is really hard, and with all the heavy back row of this format, double Trap Stun, double MST, debating about going to triple Trap Stun, honestly, just for the amount that it sheer OTKs. And then moving on to kind of staple traps, I run double Mirror Force. Currently running double Phoenix Chain. This might go down to 1 depending on how many people are running Trap Stun at my format, and I might put in a Dark Hole in place of it. I currently don't run Dark Hole, as you've seen. And then kind of the big 4, this format, which is Torrential, Solemn, Compulse, and Bottomless, just kind of the staples. And then last but certainly not least, my favorite tech in is I run double Pinpoint Guard. If you don't know what Pinpoint Guard does, it special summons, or when your opponent declares an attack, it special summons 1 level 4 or lower out of your graveyard, and it allows you, it cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effects. It's just so good when they attack over your Geargia armor thinking that they are going to OTK you, and then you just flip Pinpoint Guard and they can't do it anymore, and the next turn you OTK them, and it really sucks to be them in that situation, but it's totally awesome. Moving on to the extra deck. Starting out with kind of the staples in the deck, double Geargia. Some people like to run 3, but 2 is absolutely perfect. You really don't need to run. Any more than that. Most I've ever made it was at 2. A lot of times I end up finding myself making it only at 1. But this is really, really solid. And then also for rank 4s, 1 Black Ship of Corn to get over troublesome cards if you really need to. Obviously, most of the time you'll be able to Karakuri. Do shenanigans over the top of them. If they have a Mace Stroke on the field, you just change it to attack position or something, but it's also nice to be able to get the burn for 100. Mace Stroke if you need to set up for defense. as a special summoning that Geargia Accelerator if they drop Max C or something on you and you don't want to go off. Just set up the make stroke play. It also allows you to get over cards like Ophion, being able to flip it face down. It just wins games. And then Geargia Cowboy, just because it's such a good card. And then last but not least, Digistone Emerald. This obviously, as I talked about earlier, allows you to put your Geargianos back in the deck if you do run the third Geargia gear, but mostly I just found that it also allows you to put your Karakuri monsters and your Karakuri Synchros back into the deck, and that is what the biggest kind of reason that I'd run this card. And then my one rank 3 is in mains. It's a machine, so it is beautiful, and you can flip Rivalry of Warlords with it and just kind of lull your opponent to death. But absolutely amazing card in case you have to stall out with your Geargianos. Since you run triple MK2, special summoning that one Geargiano back out of your graveyard in case you don't have tuners or from your hand and sit on Zen mains. A lot, especially this format, it's much better than the past. Moving on to Synchros, just kind of staples. Double Beret. I really want to run 3. If I can find the space for it, I will definitely try and run 3. Being able to sync with Dracosac tokens, it is absolutely amazing. And then currently running Double Burrito for 8 plays, and it's just absolutely amazing to go into. It's kind of the staple Karakuri monsters. Staple kind of level 8s. Stardust Dragon, Crimson Blader, Scrap Dragon. Scrap Dragon being able to pop your own Gigant to special summon one of your Geargianos out of the graveyard if you need to get over cards and it still does stuff is absolutely amazing. Let's just kind of move on to the rest. Black Rose Dragon, just because it is an absolutely amazing rank 7. And then lastly, Star Eater. Oops, I'm missing my Dracosac. Give me a second. Star Eater, being able to Beret and Burritos are almost make you an instant Star Eater, and it just allows you to be able to do this. I believe this might be at 16 with Dracosac. Whatever. Anyway, 16 Dracosac. Definitely run this card in place of something. I would probably...
Such a good card, you have to run 16 in your extra.
You have to run 16 in your extra deck. Black Ship of Corn is probably coming out for that because Dracosac is just so good and be able to make it with being able to make it with your Redox and you play, and obviously overlaying these guys is just amazing. And then using those Dracosac tokens to sync for other things, or even syncing for Black Rose and you need to nuke the field and you're still left with a Dracosac is so good. Yeah, but that's it for my deck profile. Rate, subscribe, you know, all that jazz. Check out other videos. This is Iron Core. Thanks for watching.
If you like what you saw, rate, comment, and subscribe.
Go back and check out our older videos. What do I do with my hands?
And keep an eye out for future videos.